My child, my beloved, come closer to this message. Do not let anything distract you now. There is something heaven has been waiting to reveal to you. Your soul has been searching for this truth for a long time. And today, right now, it is being given to you. Before we continue, my beloved, if your heart feels even a small pull to these words, take one moment, just one moment, and choose to stay until the very end. Because what is spoken here will connect directly to the deepest part of your destiny. Now breathe. Because I, Archangel Michael, have been sent to speak to you about the one who has fallen in love with you. The one whose feelings grew quietly, slowly, unexpectedly. Even though there is an age difference. Even though the world may not understand it. Even though logic may question it. The heart knows what it knows. This love was not born from the body. It was born from the soul. And the soul does not know age. The soul only knows recognition. Familiarity. A memory older than this lifetime. They didn't choose to fall in love. Their heart did. And no matter how much they tried to deny it, ignore it, hide it, distract themselves from it, their heart returned to you. Every single time. Because your souls are tied. Not by desire, but by purpose. My beloved, there is a reason your heart did not let you scroll away from this message. There is a reason your spirit paused the moment you saw these words. Because what I am about to tell you is tied directly to the path your destiny has been waiting to reveal. This is not coincidence. This is not random. This is not chance. This is alignment. The love that began in silence. In the quiet spaces between your thoughts. Has been trying to speak to you for so long. There is someone who has looked at you with a depth that could not be faked. A softness they did not show to anyone else. A longing that they could not explain. A feeling they could not shake. They tried to stay away. They tried to move forward. They tried to convince themselves that this was just a passing moment of affection. Just a temporary connection. But the heart does not lie. And their heart kept returning to you. Again. And again. And again. Even when they told themselves, this cannot happen. Even when they believed, the world will not accept this. Even when the age difference stood like a wall between you and them. But listen deeply, my beloved. That wall was not made by God. That wall was made by fear. For when heaven writes a connection into two souls, there is no distance, no age, No circumstance, no timing, that can break what was written in the spiritual realm. This person has seen something in you that they have never seen in another. Not beauty of the surface, but beauty of the soul. They saw the kindness hidden in your silence. They saw the strength behind your patience. They saw the depth in your eyes. Depth that comes only from a heart that has survived storms. And something in them whispered, "This is the one. This is the soul I recognize. This is the heart that feels like home." They tried to deny it. They tried to push it away. They tried to distance themselves from the truth. But love has a way of uncovering itself, even through walls. My beloved, this is where you must listen carefully. Their love for you was not born in this lifetime alone. It comes from before. From a time when your souls walked together, laughed together, chose each other. A love so ancient that even time could not erase it. A love so strong that even fear could not silence it. They are scared, not of loving you, but of losing you, because they know that what you share is not ordinary. This is why their heart beats differently when they hear your name. This is why their thoughts return to you in the quiet hours of the night. This is why their soul calls out for you, even when their mind tries to resist. And you have felt it too, haven't you? The sudden warmth in the chest. The inexplicable pull toward them. The feeling that destiny is trying to speak your name. You thought it was imagination, coincidence, a phase, a temporary fascination. But your soul knew the truth, long before your mind was ready to accept it. You were not imagining this connection. You were remembering it. This person came into your life because your hearts were meant to meet again. In this lifetime. In this moment. In this exact divine timing. And now, my beloved, heaven needs you to listen. Their love is sincere. Their love is real. Their love is not a mistake. Their love is not confusion. Their love is not something to be ashamed of. Their love is a calling. A calling that is asking you to stop doubting your worth. To stop questioning why you were chosen. To stop believing that you are hard to love. You are not hard to love, my child. You are rare to love. There is a difference. Rare souls are not loved by many. They are loved deeply by one. This is why God brought this person to you. Not to complicate your life, but to awaken your heart. And I will continue, my beloved, because there is much more heaven wants you to know. Just tell me. Do you want the tone to become more emotional now? Or more intense and dramatic as we go deeper? Reply with 1. More emotional, softer, deep heart tone. 2. More dramatic, intense, gripping tone. My beloved, there are moments in life when the heart speaks louder than reason. When the soul recognizes something the mind cannot explain. And this love, this connection, is one of those moments. You have been wondering why this person came into your life. Why your heart reacted to them the way it did. Why your spirit felt seen in a way it never has before. Why their presence awakened something inside you that was sleeping for a long time. You may have asked yourself, why me? Why now? Why this person, when our ages are not the same? But listen to me softly, my beloved. Because the answer is speaking through your intuition even now. Love does not look at numbers. Love does not measure calendars. Love does not count years. Love recognizes energy. Heaven cares only about the truth between two souls, not the expectations of the world around them. This person fell in love with the way your soul moves, with the way you feel, with the gentleness in your voice, with the sincerity in your presence, with the quiet purity of your heart. They felt safe with you. They felt understood without needing to explain anything. They felt that their spirit could breathe near you. And that is something rare. Something sacred. Something that cannot be fabricated or forced. Do you know how many people go through life never once experiencing a love that touches the soul? Never once meeting someone who feels like a memory they forgot they remembered? Never once finding a presence that silences the noise inside their mind? But you did. They did. You both found it in each other. That is why this love feels different. That is why this connection is impossible to shake. That is why no matter how far you drift, you always return to the thought of each other. Because this is not ordinary. This is not temporary. This is not accidental. This is divine orchestration. My beloved, this person tried to hide their feelings. Not because they did not love you, but because they loved you too much. They feared being judged. They feared not being enough for you. They feared the world would look and misunderstand. They feared that you might walk away if they revealed how deeply they felt. But the heart can only hold secrets for so long. And their heart has been speaking your name in every silent moment they have lived. They think of you more than they admit. They pray for you when no one is watching. They look at the sky sometimes and wonder if you are looking at it too. They replay your words in their mind, trying to feel close to you again. They have never loved anyone like this before. And part of them is terrified. Because loving you is the one thing they cannot control. And yet, it is the one thing they cannot stop. You must understand something very important now, my beloved. This love is not meant to break you. It is meant to grow you, to soften you, to open you, to heal the parts of you that once convinced themselves they were unworthy of being chosen. You have been strong for so long, independent for so long, guarded for so long, and God looked at your heart and saw the quiet longing it tried to hide. So He sent you someone whose soul could meet yours, not to complete you, for you were already whole, but to walk with you, to understand you, to celebrate your existence. My beloved, this is where your life begins to shift. Because now, the question is not whether this person loves you. They do. The truth is already written in their spirit. The real question is, what will you do with this love? Will you fear it? Will you push it away? Or will you allow your heart to be seen, truly seen, for the first time in a very long time? You are not here to live a life that looks right to others. You are here to live a life that feels right to your soul. And your soul already knows that this love was chosen for you. I am not finished, my beloved. There is more truth. Your heart must hear. I will continue. Deeper, softer, more intimate. My beloved, close your eyes for a moment and breathe slowly. Because what comes next is not just information. It is revelation. There is something you have misunderstood about yourself for many years. You have believed that you were hard to love, that your feelings were too deep, that your emotions were too much, that your silence was too heavy, that your sensitivity was a burden. But hear me clearly now. You were never too much. You were simply waiting for someone who could feel as deeply as you do. Most hearts are shallow. Most connections are surface level. Most people only know how to love with convenience and condition. But you love with depth, with memory, with silence, with soul. And because of this, your love requires someone who can meet you in those depths. That is why God sent this person to you. Not because they were perfect. Not because the situation was simple. Not because the timing made sense. But because their soul matches yours. Because their heart was shaped to understand yours. Because your paths crossed before birth. This connection is not new. It is ancient. It is familiar. It is sacred. You feel like you have known them forever. Because you have. This is why their presence feels like home. This is why your spirit settles around them. This is why being near them feels like truth. And this is also why the age difference means nothing in the eyes of heaven. Because souls do not age. Only bodies do. Your souls are the same age. Your hearts remember each other. Your spirits recognize what the mind is still learning to understand. This person didn't fall in love with what they saw on the outside. They fell in love with what they felt when they were near you. They fell in love with the softness in your silence. They fell in love with the strength in your patience. They fell in love with the light in your eyes. That has survived darkness many would have drowned in. They fell in love with your resilience, your tenderness, your honesty, your scars, your survival, your soul. They fell in love with the real you. The you that the world rarely gets to see. And that scared them. Because love like this is not casual. It changes everything it touches. This person tried to protect themselves. They tried to ignore the pull. They tried to convince themselves that this was impossible. But love like this does not go away. It does not fade. It does not weaken. It grows. Quietly. Patiently. Inevitably. And now, their heart can no longer hide what it feels. My beloved, I must tell you the truth as heaven gives it. This person has cried over you. Not because of pain, but because their soul recognized you so deeply that it overwhelmed them. They asked God, "What am I supposed to do with this kind of love? How do I love someone who feels like destiny? When I am afraid of losing them?" They pray for you more than you know. They speak to God about you. They ask for guidance. They ask for strength. They ask for clarity. They have never prayed for another person this way. They are not confused. They are not unsure. They are afraid. Because they have never felt something this real. And you, my beloved, have been feeling the same fear. You both are mirrors. You both are reflections. You both are learning the same lesson. Love is not meant to be logical. Love is meant to be true. And the truth is this. Your souls are already tied. Not by force. Not by obsession. Not by need. But by recognition. This love is here to awaken you. To soften you. To open your heart again. To show you that you were never hard to love. You were simply waiting for your match. And I will take you deeper now. The next part of this message will reveal what God wants you to do next. and what this person is preparing to do soon. My beloved, listen carefully now, because the truth that follows may change the direction of your heart. This person has been holding something inside. Something they haven't said. Something they haven't expressed. Something they have carried in silence. Because they didn't know if the world would understand what their soul already knew. They have tried to distract themselves with work. They have tried to stay busy. They have tried to fill their days, so they do not feel the pull that leads back to you. But distraction can silence the mind. It cannot silence the soul. And every night, my beloved, when the world becomes quiet, and only their heart remains awake, they feel you. They feel your absence. They feel your presence. They feel the connection that refuses to break. They may not speak your name out loud, but they speak it inside themselves constantly. There are moments, even now, when they pause during their day, and a thought of you enters without warning, and they have to breathe deeply, because the feeling of you is so strong. They have tried to run from this love, but love does not chase. Love calls, and their spirit keeps answering. My beloved, do you know why this connection feels difficult at times? Why your mind questions it? Why your fears try to pull you away from it? It is because this love requires courage. Not the courage to fight for it, but the courage to surrender to it. You have been strong for so long that your heart forgot how to receive. You have been healing yourself for so long that you forgot what it feels like to be held. You have carried your own weight for so long that the idea of someone holding your soul feels unfamiliar. And yet, your heart has wanted exactly this. You want to be seen. You want to be understood. You want to be chosen. You want to be loved. Not for what you show the world, but for who you truly are beneath it. And this person sees you. They see the child inside you, who never got all the love they deserved. They see the wounds you stitched back together quietly. They see the strength you built from suffering. They see the vulnerability you learned to hide. They see the softness you show only when it feels safe. And they love you for all of it. This love is not here to test you. It is here to free you. To free you from your fear of being misunderstood. To free you from your fear of being too emotional. To free you from your fear of not being enough. You have always been enough, my beloved. You were chosen. You were called. You were remembered. And now, listen closely. The moment you have been waiting for is near. This person has reached a breaking point. A point where silence will no longer be possible. A point where their heart is pushing them to speak their truth. They are preparing to come forward, to express something they have held back, to confess what their soul has been screaming quietly. They may not know how to say it perfectly. They may not say it all at once. Their voice may shake. Their heart may tremble. But they will speak. Because keeping their love inside has become more painful than the fear of expressing it. And when they speak, my beloved, you must not run. You must not hide. You must not pretend you did not feel this too. Your heart has been waiting for this moment. Your spirit has been preparing for it. Your destiny has been aligning to it. This love is not here to confuse you. It is here to awaken you, to restore you, to remind you of who you are. You are not someone who gets picked last. You are not someone who begs to be seen. You are not someone who searches for scraps of affection. You are the one who is chosen. And this person sees that now. There is more you must understand. More you must prepare for. More your heart needs to hear. Because the next part, my beloved, is where God reveals what will happen next between you and them. My beloved, I will continue. Stay with me. Do not rush. Let every word settle into the quiet place inside your chest, where truth is felt, not just heard. Because now, we enter the part of the message where destiny begins to unfold. My beloved, this person has been receiving signs about you. Yes. The same signs you have been seeing. The repeated numbers. The familiar songs that appear at strange times. The sudden memories that walk into their mind uninvited. The dreams that feel more real than waking life. The moments of déjà vu that make their breathing stop for a second. They try to pretend these signs mean nothing. But heaven has been whispering your name to them. There have been nights when they felt your presence without you being there. There have been days when your face appeared in their thoughts with no reason at all. Their soul is being guided toward you. Even when their mind resists. Even when fear rises. Even when logic argues. Because destiny does not follow logic. Destiny follows alignment. And your spirits are aligning now. My beloved, I must reveal something very tender. This person is not just thinking of you. They are missing you. Even if you speak. Even if you are in contact. Even if you appear close. There is a distance between souls that only truth can cross. And their soul is aching for closeness. They are missing the way your presence calms them. They are missing the way your energy feels like peace. They are missing the way they felt when they were near you. As if the world finally made sense. But listen. There is something even deeper. They are afraid of losing you. They are afraid that someone else will recognize your worth. They are afraid someone else will be drawn to your light. They are afraid someone else will love you the way they know they should. And that fear is changing them. It is pushing them. It is waking them. It is forcing them to face their own hesitations. This is why you may feel more emotional lately. This is why your heart has felt heavy at random moments. This is why your soul has felt like it is waiting. Because something is approaching. Something is forming. Something is unfolding. The silence between you is reaching its end. Their heart is preparing to speak the truth. It has hidden for so long. But my beloved, here is the part heaven needs you to understand. You must not let your fear answer where your heart is meant to speak. Do not pretend you do not feel the connection. Do not lie to yourself and say the love is not there. Do not push away what your spirit has asked for. In prayer after prayer after prayer, you have been praying for someone who understands your soul. You have been praying for someone who sees your heart without you having to explain it. You have been praying for a love that feels like peace, not pain. Presence, not absence. Home, not escape. And God is giving you exactly that. But you must not close your heart when the answer finally arrives. You have been strong for so long, my beloved. You have protected your heart for so long. You have survived loneliness with grace. You have endured silence with dignity. But now, your heart is allowed to soften. You are allowed to receive. You are allowed to be held. You are allowed to be chosen. The story of your love is not one of suffering. It is one of return. Return to truth. Return to soul. Return to the one whose spirit recognizes yours. My beloved, the next part of this message will reveal what this person is preparing to do next, and why the timing is now shifting in your favor. Their heart has been moving through a quiet transformation. A soft spiritual awakening. A shift happening not on the surface, but deep within the soul. You have felt this change, haven't you? You have noticed the stillness inside your own heart. The way you suddenly feel them more intensely. Even during moments when nothing is happening in the physical world. That is because your souls are drawing closer. The distance is dissolving. The walls are weakening. The silence is thinning. Their spirit is walking toward you. Not with noise. Not with haste. But with truth. My beloved. They are realizing something important. They cannot replace you. They cannot forget you. They cannot move past you. They cannot find someone else and feel the same. Because this connection is not something the world can offer twice. They have met people. They have spoken to others. They have tried to distract their heart. But every connection felt shallow. Every conversation felt empty. Every feeling felt incomplete. Because none of it was you. You were the one their soul remembered. You were the one their heart recognized. You were the one whose energy felt like home. And home is not something you leave behind forever. My beloved. The age difference has been sitting between your hearts like a quiet question. Not a barrier, just a fear. A fear of how the world will see this. A fear of being judged. A fear of being misunderstood. But understand something profound. The world does not choose your soulmate. God does. And when God writes a connection into the destiny of two souls, the world may speak, but the world cannot break it. Their heart has begun to accept this truth. They are realizing that love like this is worth the whispering of others, worth the questions, worth the uncertainty, worth the leap. They no longer want to love you from a distance. They no longer want to hide their feelings in silence. They no longer want to stand behind fear. They want to step toward you. Even if their voice shakes. Even if the world watches. Even if the future is not completely known. Because the pain of not loving you has become heavier than the fear of loving you openly. My beloved, here is what is coming. This person will reach out to you in a moment you are not expecting. Not because they planned it, but because their heart will overflow. It may be a message. It may be a call. It may be a quiet confession in simple words. Not dramatic. Not rehearsed. But real. Something like, I need to tell you something. Or, I haven't been able to stop thinking about you. Or, there is more I feel, and I can't keep it inside anymore. Their voice may be trembling when they say it. Their words may be imperfect. But the emotion behind them will be true. And in that moment, my beloved, your heart will know. You will feel the truth in your chest. As if your soul has been waiting for that breath forever. Do not question it. Do not resist. Do not retreat into fear. You have been prepared for this moment. Through every heartbreak that taught you how to love yourself. Through every night you learned how to comfort your own heart. Through every silence that strengthened your spirit. You are not who you once were. You are wiser now. Softer now. Stronger now. Ready now. And so are they. My beloved. There is one more layer we must go into. The spiritual reason your souls are reconnecting in this lifetime. And the guidance heaven is giving you now. To protect this love and allow it to grow. I will take you into that truth next. My beloved. I am still here. And I will continue, slowly, deeply, truthfully. Because what comes next is sacred. Sit with this. Do not rush. Let your heart read. There is something you have not fully remembered yet. Before you were born into this world. Before this lifetime began. Before you opened your eyes for the first time. Your soul and their soul met. Not in the physical world. But in the realm where all souls are created and guided. And in that place. Your souls agreed to meet again in this life. It was not an accident. Not luck. Not fate without direction. It was promise. A promise made in the presence of God. You and this person stood together. And said, if we forget each other in the world. If life shapes us differently. If time separates us. If distance forms between us. If fear stands in the way. Our hearts will still find each other. My beloved. Your souls are honoring that promise now. That is why this connection feels familiar. That is why your love feels like memory instead of discovery. That is why your heart recognized them before your mind did. And that is why the age difference never mattered. Your bodies are different ages. But your spirits are the same age. From the same moment of divine creation. Your souls were made from the same light. This is why your love felt instant. This is why your trust came naturally. This is why words were never needed to understand each other. You knew each other. Long before you met each other. And now, my beloved. Your souls are simply continuing. The story they began lifetimes ago. But hear me well. Every great love faces a moment of fear. Fear is the gate that stands between past life love and present life union. This person is at that gate right now. They stand in the middle of two paths. One path is safety, comfort, predictability. A life without risks. The other path is you. The one that requires courage. The one that requires vulnerability. The one that requires them to choose truth over fear. And they are beginning to choose you. Not because it is easy. but because their soul would suffer without you. They have realized that losing you would be the deepest heartbreak of their life. Not because they cannot live without you, but because their soul cannot forget you. It is not the mind that is attached to you. It is the spirit. This person is not afraid of loving you. They are afraid of how much they love you. Because love like this does not come twice. My beloved, now I must prepare your heart for what is coming. Within the next days or weeks, you will feel something shift. Your dreams may become clearer. Your intuition will sharpen. Your heart will feel fuller. Your spirit will feel pulled gently. Not forward, but toward something. That is the energy of union forming. This person will not remain silent. Their heart will not stay hidden. Their feelings will not remain unspoken. The silence is almost over. But there is something you must do now. You must keep your heart open. Do not allow fear to harden you. Do not prepare for disappointment. Do not doubt your worth. Do not assume this love will leave. Instead, breathe. Stay soft. Stay receptive. Stay present. Because softness is what allows love to enter. You will not need to chase. You will not need to force. You will not need to prove yourself. Your only role is to receive what is already yours. My beloved, I am not finished. The next part of this message will reveal how you will recognize the moment they open their heart to you, and how to respond in a way that strengthens the bond and protects the love.